In fact, I need to say this, dear Kenyans. It is possible to pay the debt of Kenya in less than a year. It is very possible, in months. And I would like you to ask me how. It's very easy. Go after people that have stolen from this nation for 20 years. All the 11, I saw that the debt of Kenya is 11 trillion plus, almost 12 trillion. That money is in people's accounts. Freeze bank accounts. The president is asking the other day, where does a person get 150 million? Stop asking us those questions. You people know where you are getting the money. If you see that an account has illegal money of 150 million and you are a leader of the nation, you can ask for that account to be frozen. But because we have judges that are corrupt, other judges are not corrupt. You have legislatures, judiciary, everywhere is just corruption. If the case will not be here, you just go there. If the case will not be there, you just go there. Now look at the way Kenya has become. If you just go to people's accounts, that money is in people's accounts. Offshore accounts has those money. If you mean business in this nation, you can go after all those offshore accounts. Call the nations of those offshore accounts. That you are going to be an enemy of Kenya if any nation will seek to keep money that is stolen. This person is a member of parliament. This person is a governor. He took 1 billion from this nation. We have traced the money. It is in your nation. If you will not return that money, you will be considered an enemy of Kenya. You will not trade in this nation. We will cut you off from anything that you are doing in this nation. And all your citizens will go back to your nation. This is the only way to deal with our nation. But the minute we begin to show partiality, oh, you know he's my friend, oh, you know she's my friend, we will never deal with the real demon. It is very easy to pay the debt of this nation. Just freeze bank accounts, all the way from the highest to the lowest. That money is in this nation. But it's because we are just playing games with the nation of Kenya.
You know, you fight for something that you know the worth of. You don't just fight for something that is worthless. We fight for this country, and every day we are speaking to our fellow Kenyans because we know the value of Kenya. We know how rich Kenya is. We know how geographically well positioned Kenya is. We know that when we say Kenya is the capital, you know, let me tell you something. Sometimes when we say Kenya is the capital of Africa, people do not understand what that means. Kenya is the only country in the world, Wadau, that currently has 2 headquarters of the UN, and more coming very soon. Kenya will be the biggest headquarter of UN headquarters in the world. Wadau. Okay? Kenya is the only country in the world, Wadau, that has part of the 8th wonder of the world. The world means by migration. The world means by migration, which is the 8th wonder of the world, is shared between Kenya and Tanzania, between the Serengeti and the Mara. So that is to mean that the kind of tourism that should be happening in Kenya should be breathtaking, Wadau. Because we have one of the most beautiful beaches in Kenya. If you go to the Kenyan coast, the Diani parts of Kenya, if you go to the Lamus, the Malindis, we have one of the best beaches, the best tourism sites in the world. Our wildlife, our heritage, our culture, like we have the best that the world comes to see every year. Only that our tourism is not marketed enough. Only that our tourism sector has just become just another ministry that actually does nothing. If I ask most Kenyans right now, what is the tourism mission in Kenya? What the tourism minister in Kenya, what are they currently doing? What is the tourism motto? What is the theme of the Kenya tourism sector that is currently out there for the world to see? No one knows. No one even knows who the minister of tourism is, because we don't see them. They don't do nothing. Honestly, at least at a time when Balala alikuwa minister of tourism, you would see him trying to do a few things here and there, but actually still nothing. What am I trying to say, Wadau? I'm trying to say that Kenya is a place that is geopolitically, we are placed at a point whereby we are centrally placed in the Eastern Africa part of Kenya, whereby it is very easy for you to have your head offices in Kenya and reach so many other African capitals from within Kenya. It is easy for you to travel from Kenya to go to so many other African capitals. So if you have your headquarters in Kenya, it is very easy for you and your business to operate from Kenya. If the Kenyan tourism industry would be marketed and driven properly, Kenya would be a tourism hub in the world because we have the best of it. If you're talking about tech, okay, and Kenya being the tech hub of Africa, Kenya has one of the most brilliant and amazing minds in terms of tech. Amazing technology has come from Kenya. Okay, when we talk about the M-Pesas, when we talk about online banking systems, okay, when we are talking about Kenyans being at the top of all these big global giant IT and tech companies, Kenyans are there. Okay, Kenya is a country whereby, if well governed, if systems are put in place properly, we would have a country that is actually ready. Look at eCitizen. eCitizen is a product that was generated within Kenya by Kenyans. We have brilliant minds in Kenya, only that the brilliance of Kenya is dumbed down and corrupted down to the point that we actually never see and get to experience Kenya shining. This is what I'm trying to say, Wadau. The reason we have a 12 trillion debt, Wadau, is not because we have a country that is so developed that you would see development worth 12 trillion, Wadau. Development worth 12 trillion, Wadau, is development that you would see with your eyes. Let me just give you an example, Wadau, ili upate kapicha kadogo ka what I'm trying to say. Sitaki kukutajia huge numbers zenye zitakuchanganya akili na kukufanyisha mahesabu mingi kubwa. Let me just give you a basic example for you, the mwananchi wa kawaida, to understand what 12 trillion is, okay? Most of you people here mnaendaga misikiti ama mnaendaga makanisa, okay? Ukitembea hapo kwenye uangalie kanisa ile yenye imejengwa ile kubwa kabisa, the biggest church that is there. Hizi makanisa zinajengwa siku hizi, unapata kanisa ni kubwa, imejengwa mjengo mkubwa sana. Most of those churches, hiyo church yenye tunaona kubwa itakuwa imetumia budget ya anything between 10-20 million kujenga. Church inatoshana hivyo, okay? Let's even go further. SGR, Mkenya mwenzangu, SGR ile ambayo imejengwa na station kubwa, station ziko different stations. Kuanzia Nairobi kuna station kubwa, iko very sophisticated, very beautiful train stations. Train station yenyewe vile imeanzia kutoka Syokimau ikaenda all the way to the coast. Hiyo SGR plus kuiba ilikula only 500 billion. Okay? Hiyo ni just half a trillion. So I'm talking about SGR yenye unaona na macho yako, yenye imeanzia all the way from the coast. SGR plus all the stations that ziko koyo line yote plus the train themselves mpaka Nairobi ilikula only 500 billion. 500 billion ni out of this 12.1 trillion, okay? Uchukue just 1 trillion ugawanishe mara mbili, hiyo ni 500 billion. Ndio ilifanya that kind of major investment. Okay? Talanta Stadium hii yenye inasemekana itakuwa one of Kenya's most advanced stadium, inakula pesa ngapi? Inakula 40, I think 40 or 48 billion. Sawa? Hizo ni examples zenye nimekupatia, mifano iliyo huru yenye unaweza relate nayo kukufanya uelewe what billions and trillions actually do. Na nataka nikueleze na actual things zenye wewe kama Mkenya unaweza angalia uone, kwa hivyo 12 billion inaweza jenga Talanta Stadium ngapi? Kwa sababu chukua 40 or 48 billion at Talanta Stadium and then divide by 12 trillion, uone how many Talanta Stadiums can come from that. Okay? Chukua SGR. The easiest even thing to do is hata tuondoe kwa 12 billion, tuondoe hata 2.1, tuite 12 billion. Hii 12 billion, okay, tuki multiply by 2, itakuwa 24, itakuwa 24. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha tukichukua 500 billion and tumeka kujenga SGR plus wizi mingi sana. Hapo SGR 500 billion tumeongeza mpaka wizi mingi sana. So but let's just go with that example. 500 billion SGR, ukichukua 12 trillion udivide by 2 au multiply by 2, okay, utapata hizo half a billion. Kwa kila bilioni moja itakupatia half a billion mbili. Kwa hivyo kwa kila bilioni moja itakupatia SGR ngapi? Itakupatia SGR mbili. So inamaanisha ukiwa na 12 trillion, okay, unaweza jenga SGR 24 kama hizo. Ukiwa na 12 trillion, unaweza kuwa na SGR with the trains, with the whole station and everything yenye kwa hiyo system yote SGR. 24 of them. That is what 12 trillion is, wadau. So mimi nataka uimagine Imagine Kenya ingekuwa na railway system network kama hiyo. Haingekuwa inaonekana na macho. Kwa sababu that is what we would be seeing with 12 trillion odau. We could be seeing 24 sizes of infrastructures zinatoshana kama SGR na everything inside it, 24 of them. That is what 12 trillion is odau. Point yangu ni Kenya mwenzangu. When you're talking about Kenya iko na deni ya 12 trillion. 12 trillion ni kitu ambayo unafaa kukua ile kitu imefanyika na 12 trillion unaiona wadau. Inafaa kuwa ni kitu kubwa. Design ukitembea Kenya mzima utakuwa unaona yenyewe uko ile 12 trillion ilitumika. 12 trillion ilitumika. Kwa sababu whatever it is ingekuwa inafanyika kwa ile nchi, it would be visible. It would be clear. Zile za kuwa ni miradi kubwa kubwa, the same way nimetaja SGR kwa sababu SGR ndio the one thing from Syokimau all the way to the coast, imeruka county after county after county. But people in those counties can actually tell you that wanajua mijengo ya SGR vile inatoshana. Wameona reli ya SGR, wameona hiyo infrastructure ya SGR vile ni kubwa. That is what 12 trillion can do. 12 trillion can do 24 of those kind of SGR projects. Okay? Peace out now.
And going back to the political realignments, I want to say this. It is time that Kenyans have an honest conversation as to what they want. And what they want in terms of leadership. When you are talking coalition building, when you are talking of partners, the conversation should not be about which person gets what position. It should be about what are the issues that affect our people. Are we all in agreement that we are committing as a team to work together to address this issue? And that is what we sell to the people of Kenya. As a Safina Party, we are very clear. Ours is an economic liberation. How do we change? And we have our policies, what we believe can turn over this economy. Yeah. So that we are not going to say that, because sometimes people ask us, why are you not talking to other political parties? Why are you not talking with other leaders? But to talk about what? If it is about sharing positions, it's not worth it. It should be about how are we going to reduce our odious debt. And in this political establishment, all these people who have traversed our politics for the last 30 years, they've at one point or another sat in cabinet or parliament and passed these illegal borrowings, these illegal debts, money that people took in the names of the people of Kenya, and didn't come into Kenya, didn't fund any project. As Safina will say, any illegal debt, money that was taken and didn't come into Kenya, we will not pay it. And we don't want anybody who will be holding us back, telling us that, you know, I received some, so don't push it too hard, you're going to affect my interests. So a political conversation should be about how to make the lives of the people better.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mengi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, jua lies ime nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Paila, yoni.
Enyewe, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.